Everyone, it's Christy here. I'm back again with another Project Life process video. This one is for the Heritage album that I'm working on for my husband's family's 50th anniversary in Canada. That's always such a mouthful for me. Anyway, I started the album, or started the video doing kind of a flip through back through the album just to kind of see what I've done so far and if there's maybe something that I could repeat. I'm kind of stalling out at this point and really just wanting to be finished. And I'm only about at the halfway point, and I'm just getting really overwhelmed. There's so much stuff that I want to be working on and catching up on. I'm so far behind, but I know that once I finish this album, I can tackle that other stuff. And also, I'm attending a crop in 2 weeks' time. It's a 3-day crop, and I'm gonna just get stuff done. And I'm so excited just to spend the entire weekend scrapbooking. So when I flipped through my album, I remembered that I had been using these fringe scissors. And if you don't have these scissors yet, you can get them at the Paper Issue Shop using the code Christy for 20% off. They are pretty amazing. So I just took some blue pattern paper that I had left over. All my scraps are off to the side, and my desk is starting to get insanely messy. But I just picked some blues just because there was some darker tones on the right-hand side of the paper, and I wanted to bring in some more blue. So I just do 2 layers of the fringe there and then add a tiny word sticker saying make memories. I love that the tiny word sticker pack by Jen Hadfield's Simple Life. It has 3 sheets, and there's a black, there's the wood grain, and then there's like a off-white. So I like kind of bringing in whatever color is necessary to make the layout look more balanced. For this, sorry I'm off screen here a little bit, I do fix it in a moment, but for that card I just trimmed down the photo a little bit. It was a 4x4, I trimmed it down just a little bit and layered it on a 2x6 strip of scrap paper, added the star sticker and the label, and call it good. Here I'm layering up a little scrap piece of label on the journaling label just to add some more interest. I feel like even though I love the labels on the photos and I think that people are going to appreciate knowing who's who and like what year it is and where they are and what's going on and all that stuff, it's just getting a little bit monotonous, repetitive, and I kind of am looking for ways to spruce it up without putting too much effort in. So I'm just kind of using scraps that way. Again, trying to bring in some more colors and interest to the cards themselves. So I'm just going to layer this buffalo plaid card in behind just to bring some more black to this blue floral card. So this layout is kind of a black and blue type theme going on. But I just add that, and then I trim down the photo a little bit, and I trim off the excess, add the journaling, and call that good. So you can see that the shaker pocket is there from the opposite side, and I got that sequin mix from Michael's. It has some nice coppers and silvers and gold, and so I thought it was appropriate for the Heritage album. And I've had it for quite a while, so I'm not sure if it would still be available, but all my sequins I either get at the dollar store or at Michael's. I don't have a large collection, but I really want to make a point of doing more shaker cards in my project life in the near future, so I thought it was a good opportunity to do so. Now, these layouts are where you first start seeing more photos of my father-in-law. So this photo that I'm working on right now is my father-in-law when he was about 9 years old. And these are photos when they are now in Canada. So it's kind of cool to see that. So I just layered in some paper in behind this photo, again bringing in the blue to this side. I made a tiny little mistake there peeling up the label. It wasn't quite straight. So I just used my tab punch. I keep saying tab punch. It's not a tab. I just use my label punch from Stampin' Up to cut some more of the music note paper or music sheet paper and to cover up my mistake there. Alright, now we're on to this layout, which has pink, and I'm so excited to see pink because I feel like I've been using a lot of darker colors and more kind of antique looking colors, I guess. So I'm excited to see some pink and some pretty florals. So I just use that 2x6 scrap at the bottom of the page of the card and add a floral and this little clock, and I'm actually going to remove the clock. Previously, on a previous card, I had used black thickers to spell out the word Holland, just kind of indicating that the photos on those pages were from when they lived in Holland, and now that they have moved to Canada, I wanted to mark that in the album. So this card kind of gave me the opportunity to do that, and I just add the floral and the black thickers, which are from Maggie Holmes' Gather collection, and call that good. I really like the way that card turned out. And now we're on this card. Oh, I'm actually just going to add a tiny word sticker. For some reason, the adhesive on here, they're just maybe not cut properly or something, but I had to trim off some excess there. And I chose the tiny word sticker that says the best is yet to be because they're kind of starting a new life, a new journey. So I thought that was pretty applicable. I love this photo of my husband's aunt. She's like in a garden, so there's lots of flowers in behind her, and so I thought it paired really well with the floral paper and this little watering can that says "Love grows here." I wanted to bring in some more of that manila color that's featured on the right hand side, so I chose the sticker of the shipping tag, back it on some white cardstock, and then just trim that out. And I really like how that turned out. And when I saw this collection had these suitcases, I knew it was the right collection for this album since they made a big move. So I really want to use this luggage sticker. So I back that on to some white cardstock as well, and then just attach it. And I'm just using my tiny attacher just to add some more interest. And I think that brings in kind of the balance of the neutral colors as well. I love how some of these photos have the white border. Those were already on the photo when they were scanned in, and so I chose just to keep it as is. I definitely could have cropped that out, but I just love the look of it, so I kept it in. And these are some photos of their house when they moved to Canada, and then of someone farming. It's not really clear in the picture who's farming or who's on the tractor, but I just really liked it. And then I choose to bring in this flower sticker just to bring in some more of the pink. And I'm just adding labels now. And I noticed that I have some negative space there. I should have had this label kind of off to the right, but I had already adhered it down, so I just choose to fill in the empty space with some of these wood grain enamel dots, and then I do the same on that label there, and I really like the way that turns out. And I think I'm gonna do one more layout here. So yeah, at this point I'm really losing steam, and you saw me there flipping ahead just to kind of see how many pages I have left to do, and I lose the label for that photo there, and I do find it later, so I add that off camera. But I really love this photo. This photo is of my father-in-law and his sister, who is actually, if you watch a lot of YouTube, is actually my friend Tara, who is Create Life Paper Words. Check out her channel. She does lots of process videos and kit shares and stuff like that as well. But that the girl in this photo is actually her mother-in-law. So our husbands are cousins, and that's how we know each other. We met before we met our husbands, actually, and then we met our husbands the same night, and now we're both married, and she has 3 kids and I have 2 kids, and so it's just really crazy how things worked out there. But yeah, that's her mother-in-law and my father-in-law, and I just really love that photo. So because I had used these alphas on the very first page of my album, I thought I should bring them in again back to that continuity thing that I like. So the caption on that photo is that they're waiting for school or waiting for the bus or whatever. So I thought I should bring in those stickers, and so I choose to spell out the word school. And then on this photo, I'm just adding some more yellow in behind using a little strip of paper that I have left over, and I'm just creating a band across the card and adding my label. And this photo is really, really special, I think, because even though there's been family photos in the album so far, this is the first photo where all 9 children and the parents, my husband's grandparents, are pictured together. So previously there was photos of his grandparents and like 3 or 4 or 5 of the kids, but this is really one of the only photos in the album that has all 9 children. At the very first page of the album has 2 pictures that I chose specifically for the first page because those are pictures when they first got to Canada. So there's a picture of them getting off the airplane in Montreal, and then there's another family like posed photo of all of them. But this is like a really nice candid shot of all 11 of them together. So I use the alphas again to spell out the word family, and then use a tiny word sticker that says I love you, and then add the year on the label. And I really had no idea what to do on this card. So I used the acetate phrase that says silliness, which is from Heidi Swap. And then I wanted to add something more to it. And I wanted to bring in some more yellow. So I used these alphas to write the word fun and silliness. I choose the word fun just because I really didn't have very many alphas left, but I don't really like the way that looks. So I decided to bring in the black thickers again and again spell out the word fun. I probably could have spelled out something else, but I decide that I still don't really like the way that looks. So I add this piece of ephemera, bringing in some yellow, and then add the thickers right on top. And it's okay. It's not my favorite card, but it will do. So yeah, there's that. But thank you so much for watching and sticking out with me, hanging out with me. I know this has been a long haul. It feels that way for me. I will get it done. I have to get it done in the next week here. So I believe I have 8 pages to go, and it's getting quite fat. So I'm just going to accept that and keep on going. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon.